Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Less than 24 hours after he allegedly had another attempt on his life, Donald Trump, your president, went on 60 Minutes to talk about it. And he had a complete meltdown. Yeah, fam. Oh, man. The big hit came when the reporter was reading parts of Cole Allen's, the alleged shooter's manifesto. Oh, man, this is classic. I ain't gonna give it away. I'm gonna let you hear it for yourself.
So-called manifesto is a stunning thing to read, Mr. President. He appears to reference a motive in it. He writes this, quote, "Administration officials, they are targets." And he also wrote this, "I am no longer willing to permit a pedophile, rapist, and traitor to coat my hands with his crimes." What's your reaction to that?
Well, I was waiting for you to read that because I knew you would, because you're horrible people, horrible people. Yeah, he did write that. I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody.
Do you think he was referring to you?
She said, you think he was referring to you. Did y'all notice she never mentioned Donald Trump's name? The manifesto never mentioned him by name, but he just assumed that the guy was talking about him. Yeah, fam. So basically what happens is she saw his horrible people and raised him. One, you think he's referring to you? The look on Trump's face when he realized that perhaps the guy was not referring to him, boy, he looked like a deer in headlights. Now, here's the deal. Trump is not going to be able to shake this Epstein list. This Epstein list will be a huge part of his legacy. He will not be able to shake it. He will go down in history as perhaps the greatest SA offender of all time. Not just president, but just all time, period, all around the world. Yeah, like probably perhaps worldwide. Jack the Ripper, who they had? Jack the Ripper, they had the Midnight Kill, all these different names. I can't really remember these guys, but all of those SA dudes out there, that like to violate women and, had a bad experience early on and, with women. They couldn't get the girls in school. They couldn't get the women when they got older. The only way that Trump was able to get some action is because he had some money. Other than that, he couldn't get no action with just a conversation because he wouldn't know what to say. I mean, imagine Donald Trump not having any money and trying to holler at a girl. Like, let's just put him in the club right quick. No money. Donald Trump ain't got no money, but he in the club and he trying to holler at a girl. It might go something like this. Hey, honey, what's your name? Girl be like, come here often? All his lines gonna be straight up movie lines, like stuff he saw in the movies and on sitcoms. I'm a Capricorn. What are you? What's your sign? She'd be like, hey, buddy, can you just leave me alone? Just leave me alone. Then hey, nice elbows. Dude ain't got no game, fam. You could tell. He ain't got no game. His whole thing is money. If he ain't got no money, if he can't talk about numbers, if he can't talk about how much money he got in the bank, if he can't talk about how many cars he got or how many houses he got or something like that, he don't get no action. He go to it, even when he having money, he go to dinner, sit down and talk to a girl. You already know. The whole conversation gonna be about him. He ain't gonna ask the girl one question about herself. Everything is going to be about him. He's not gonna be able to check those Epstein files. No way possible. He might just come out better just saying, okay, look, that was a dark period of my life. I repent. I'm a Christian. Boy, he's gonna get a lot of Christians. You know, Christians they'll forgive. They're like, forgive me. You know how they did a lot of those Christian pastors who got caught up in these scandals and stuff, you know, messing with boys, women, everything in between. You know, a lot of them, they didn't been caught up and they've been forgiven. A lot of them have been allowed to come back into the church and continue to pastor. Yeah, that's crazy, huh? Anyway, fam, when Trump hears the truth, he immediately resorts to name calling. You know, it stings him. Like if he hear the truth, if you confront him with the truth, he immediately resorts to name calling. Like, dude, it's a reporter. They're asking questions. Why even do the interview if you're not going to allow yourself to be subjected to the hard questions? All you got to do is not answer. All you got to do is just say, you know what? I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm done talking. I'm done talking about that. You do not have to be insulting, but you know, insulting is default for Trump. You know, that's the first. He don't know how to be. He don't know how to exercise decorum. He do not know how to be civil. But yet, he constantly talks about how others are not civil and how he calls other people animals, you know, especially brown countries. He loves the animals. They're crazy. These people are crazy. They're animals. They're terrorists. Yeah. She said, you think he was referring to you? Give me a thumbs up if you think that Cole Allen was referring to Donald Trump, the alleged shooter from the White House Correspondents Dinner. Give me a thumbs up if you believe that he was referring to Donald Trump. Thumbs down if you say, nah, man, you know, President just kind of spoke out of turn. You know, he's just a little bit on the edge, man. You got to give him some grace. What say you, fam? Hey, let me know. Let me know how you feel about this. I think Donald Trump just stuck his hand in some boo-boo, and now he's walking around looking for some water. Not detergent, just water. No more talk.